a classic body instrument, nothing heavy, nothing big, nothing too thick. Lorée had some wonderful and special wood. Was the one I liked the best. It's really soft and round and wide. The quality of the wood and of the mechanics. In my opinion, Lorée has all these things. The thing that really stunned me and that really helps me every day for my job, in my humble opinion, it's really unique. So actually a few years ago I was looking for a new instrument to change my old instrument. So I started go all around all the oboe manufacturers to try instrument and look if there was something that could suit me. But I didn't find anything that worked better than my old instrument. So as I was in Lyon, that's not so far from Paris, I decided to go to Lorée that I knew since some years. I tried some of their models. And Olivier proposed me to test one kind of hybrid instrument, a kind of a prototype that they just made to have my impression. And I liked it. Even if it was not finished, I loved it. And so he asked me if I want to collaborate with them and to try to develop a new model. Of course, accepted because it was a great chance, the oldest firm in France to make an instrument as you want. And that's how the model 140 was born. And actually, compared to the other models that Lorée makes, it has a different way of playing. I mean, it's a lighter instrument. It's very easy, and it keeps all the quality in terms of beauty of the sound that Lorée has always had. Actually, it's not completely correct. Actually, the bore inside is inspired by the Étoile model, but only in the upper body. But all the other things of the oboe are taken by the CS model. That's a normal oboe. It's not a thick-walled oboe, but with a completely new bore. It took us more than 1 year to arrive to the final bore. That's actually something new, and it was really amazing to work together. And I went to Paris almost every month to change little things, and then I went back to my opera house to test the instrument and see also with my colleagues if it was good enough or not. At first, the instrument was already in perfect tune with a beautiful sound, but I needed more sound, more quantity, more projection. So that's what we worked on for some months, because when you modify an instrument, you have to go really slow, because you risk to do something, something wrong, and it's going to be serious. And so it took us almost 1 year, but finally achieved what I wanted, what I had in my mind, and thanks to Lorée and to their knowledge and experience, it was actually quite easy. No, actually, it was already perfect in the way it was as prototype. I didn't want something heavy. I didn't want something that was difficult to have in your hand for the whole day. So it was already a classic body instrument. Nothing heavy, nothing big, nothing too thick, and so it was perfect. We just had to make a new bore, because the first model of this prototype was very easy to play, but it didn't have enough sound. And so we decided to modify the bore of the upper body and of the lower body and of the bell, but lately, just after modified this the bore of the bell. So about this bell, I wanted a second bell because I knew that Lorée had some wonderful and special wood, and I wanted to hear how they sounded on my new instrument. And so I asked them for a second bell, and they were so kind that they invited me in Paris last July, I think, and I found there probably 10 or 12 bells made different woods, and so I could try them, and eventually the Mopane wood was the one I liked the best because it actually has a smoother sound. It's really soft and round and wide, not so wide as the ebony, probably, but I use it to make different things. I mean, usually Mopane wood is for the orchestra piece, so for opera, where I don't really need to have that much sound, and ebony is for symphonic concerts. But also when it happens to me to have a good reed that I like to use, but the sound is not the most wonderful, I can switch from ebony to Mopane wood, and it helps me a lot to give my instrument a smoother sound and hide in some way if the reed is not that perfect in terms of sound. So it's lovely. Yeah. Well, so in my opinion, there are two features that I personally love. The first is the quality of the wood and of the mechanics, because it's really high level. So when you are buying one oboe, you are not only buying a piece of wood, of course. You're buying craftsmanship, you're buying knowledge, you're buying tradition. In my opinion, Lorée has all these things. The other thing is the thing that really stunned me and that really helps me every day for my job is the intonation. In my humble opinion, it's really unique because. About these things, this is probably the best instrument I have ever had, because it's one of the most important things for playing in the orchestra, because you have to tune with lots of other instruments, different instruments with different tunings, and so as you may know, the oboe is the instrument that tunes the whole orchestra, and it's the instrument on which all the other players should base their tuning, and so to have an instrument that allows me to do this easily is a great help, and for me is one of the top features of this particular instrument. The good intonation comes, in my opinion, from the good balance of the bore. That's why it's so easy to play with this instrument. That the sound comes also from the quality of the wood, and the easiness of playing comes from the mechanics. So yes, if I switch to Lorée, it's because I found something really satisfying all round. It was not the first time. Actually, it happened to try to test some other models. I liked them, but frankly, not enough to switch from my old oboe to Lorée. They were always wonderfully made, but they were not so good for my way of playing. And that's why there are so many brands of oboe, and it's a great chance for us players to have the chance to find something that really suits us and that really fits. So the first time that I tried Lorée model, I said, okay, it's a very well-made instrument, but there's something that's not perfect for my way of playing. And then when it happened to try this prototype, I said, okay, it could work. And Olivier proposed me to develop it, and I was really happy. Well, I think yes, you can feel something in the sound, and I think that it depends from the love that they make in making instrument, and most of all from the knowledge that they have about wood. Lorée has always been famous for their magnificent wood, and it's still like that. And I think that that's the small part of the heritage that they have, and you can feel something special.